Up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like button, share this content, let a friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. It's your brother from another mother, the hardest working man in showbiz. Law to the nation. Come on. One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We're stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Come on. Stand to your feet on this bonus day. Come on. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Let's get it, baby. Come on. Let's get it. Hey. Ho. Let's go. Come on. Let's get it. Stand to your feet. And if you don't got one, raise your hands. Come on. Wave your hands to the right, to the left, to the tick, to the tock. We don't stop, baby. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. Hey ho. What's good with y'all? Appreciate everybody for tuning in and being part of these type of episodes. I want to be able to keep my streak going and try to go live and give you guys something every day, man. I try to. Some days I'm off, some days I'm not. But this is therapy session to not just me, but to you. You right? Right. So shout out to everybody. The name is Law Nation. Appreciate you guys. Do me a huge favor. Tell that like button to lean forward just a little bit and just slap the like button for your boy. Share this content and then also get things going in this particular perspective. We're going to talk about rethinking culture, right? We're going to talk about that. Be careful what you wish for. We're going to go over the long interview that Stephen A. Smith said to or did with Micah Parsons. Appreciate them. And then it is what it is, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening. While that is purge horn is going on. Yeah. While that horn is going on, give me enough time to get things together. Be sure to hit the like. Keep the engagement up. There we go. We got it going now. There I go, baby. All right, so show of hands if you guys heard the give me a 1 in the chat. Give me 1 in the chat if you heard the Micah Parsons, Stephen A. Smith. Just put 1 in the chat. Put 1 in the chat if you heard that. Micah Parsons and Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. Put 0 in the chat if you don't care about it. You know, keep the engagement up that way. Put 0 if you don't care. Put 1 in the chat if you do. If you want me to go over it, we can do that. Yeah. Everybody care about it. Yeah.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll word for a second. Yeah. Now I've read most of the comments on the video that I posted earlier about 4 or 5 hours ago. And most of the people, they are saying that basically they wish that, he would either shut up, and they're talking about, Stephen A. Smith. Some people say they didn't care. Some people said, well, we only like it because he's talking glowingly of Dak Prescott, by the way. But I feel as if, though, two things can be true. And my two things that can be true is the fact that I don't like Parsons talking during the season. I definitely don't. That's a valid thing. I'm on record saying that. But just because he's saying something now, the season is over with. Ain't nothing he can do to help us win the Super Bowl on this day. On this day, ain't nothing. He can do 1,000 push-ups. It won't mean a hill of beans, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all can cry. Y'all can moan. Y'all can get angry and upset at the weather. You can get angry and upset at the sun and the moon. It will not change anything. The only thing that can change, ladies and gentlemen, is you getting up, moving on. There's a difference between being a die-hard fan and a die soft fan. It don't care if you've been it doesn't matter if you've been a fan of this team for 50 years. And you saying that, hey, man, I have no faith no more in this team, I walk off, then that's you. But that just erased all of the desires of you being a diehard fan. That means you still died softly, right? I'm going to always be a diehard fan. I'm always going to tell you guys that this right here, that I was a fan before Jerry Jones bought this team. And lo and behold, if the God worked things out this way, I'll be a fan of this team way before he long and gone, you know? So that's just how that goes. Now, criticism goes two ways, right? Constructive criticism, you need that, ladies and gentlemen. Blind criticism, you can say, yeah, I blindly criticize. No, but constructive criticism is the things that you don't like about it, right? But you're looking for solutions. You're looking for help. Just like when I said these things, even with Dak Prescott, I said, man, he got to work on going through his progressions. He got to go through his reads better, right? After year one in 2017, I said, hey, don't listen to the outside noise. Continue to play your kind and caliber of game. Doesn't matter. A W is a W, right? But they try to shift him and change him into something that he wasn't. But the craziest thing of it, he produced good numbers in 2017. The Cowboys still finished 9-7, right? And then 18, he had a drop off for the first few games, right? It doesn't matter who. I could have put lollipops in as the title of this conversation, and it would have still went to Dak Prescott, you know. So it doesn't matter what happens or what's going on with Dallas Cowboys. They're always going to talk about Dak Prescott. He would not be liked or loved until he's either do these three things, until he absolutely win the Super Bowl with the Cowboys. That's number one. And number two, until he goes to another team. And the third one would be like the Tony Romo thing, unless he's retired, right? Those will be the only three reasons that Dak Prescott will be beloved here in Dallas. People can't stand the quarterback because he haven't won the trophy. But people have the expectations of us winning the trophy regardless of the outcome. When we had Dave Campo, we still had the mindset that we can win Super Bowls, right? When we had even Jerry Jones put all of the power on Jason Garrett, the argument still was the same. Super Bowl. Y'all don't care who's the coach is. Y'all don't care about that. Y'all want the results. And now we had Mike McCarthy. It doesn't matter who he brings aboard because we already know that he was gilded in a sense because things began to leak out. Super Bowl. It doesn't matter how much I tell people that Dan Quinn literally was looking on his way out. He wasn't thinking, hey, man, let's beat the Green Bay Packers. He was thinking, where will I lay my head for the 2024 season? I need to prepare myself and be better in these interviews. He was telling Mama Quinn, his wife Quinn, hey, what do I need to work on? It wasn't no cover two. It wasn't no cover three. It wasn't do we play man-to-man or zone. Those are things that I know for sure. AJ, and I ain't even going to say, look, we know too much football to sit down and say, yeah, the Cowboys gave everything they had in their arsenal to win against Green Bay Packers. Those boys from the coaching philosophy looked like they checked out. There was no motivation on the sidelines and beyond. AJ with the super chat. It's a win for Stephen A. He's getting the views and the clicks no matter if we win or lose. The argument can't say the same for the players. Hey, man. Hey. On that note. He ain't lying. Yeah, you ain't lying at all, bro. You definitely ain't lying.
Coach Marv, $10. Law sometimes changing culture, you may have some growing pains. Zimmer will bring a different energy, but we may find out some that are here might not be built for the change. Find the imposters.
Ooh, and we're in Coach Marv with the Dynamite super chat. Yes, indeed. Everybody yells and cry they want changes, right? But then when it start to change, when they start moving things around and some hard outcomes becomes itself, then people will say, damn, man, can we just go back to the olden days, baby? Before all of these changes, But like what Coach Marv said, and he coached players, right? He had to probably battle the soccer moms that come up to him and the dads that think that they got a good, relationship with him, saying, hey, I'm part of the booster club and my son need to be on the field. I'm paying X, Y, and Z and my son need to be there. But Coach Marv had to look that man in the face and say, hey, yeah, I don't care if you give me $1 million, right? I need to do what's best for the team, but you can slide that $1 million over here. But yeah, he ain't good, y'all. But that's how change of culture will happen. He have to have the ethical wherewithals to say, you know what, he just ain't good. There's always a spot for him on the bench. If he need towels, if he need water, right? Maybe we can get him around, when he hits sophomore, right, or his senior year. But that's just how things goes. And sometimes you got to call out those days, right? But neither here nor there. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. That's enough of my monologue right there. I just want to give you guys a quick opening on everything. If I can find this button right here. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all bear with me. Whew. Yeah, that still work. Boy, I still got it a little bit. Let me see. Shout out to my guy, Martin Talk Cowboys. He does a great job of recapping, capturing all of this great stuff so that we can repurpose this, man. And shout out to Stephen A. Smith. At the end of the day, I do agree with the first super chatter. He said that at the end of the day, he's winning. And that's the ideal of podcasting, right? At the end of the day, everybody's fighting to get to that Joe Rogan cash hit, right? Everybody fighting to get that Barstool Sports type of hit. Barstool Sports, man, throw me that bag just a little bit, man. Don't give me all of it, but just give me some of it, But everybody fighting to get one of those crazy type of deals, 10 million, 40 million, 50 million, and you can do this up until you're old and gray. But neither here nor there. Let's click over to this right here.
Quentin's going, Zimmer's out of here. New defensive coordinator. Quentin's going, Zimmer is in. Your thoughts?
I'm excited. Anthony Barr reached out to me, told me how good he is. Daniil Hunter talked to me how good he is. Man, I'm just excited for a fresh start, really. And not that I don't miss Dan or won't miss him, because I love Dan. I love Dan. He's like uncle, father, our friend, however you want to look at it. Dope dude. Wish him all the success in Washington except for against Dallas Cowboys.
Right. I like Quinn a lot, the job that he did up until the Green Bay game.
Yeah. But man, to me, I just want to pull that stuff aside. I just want to play winning football. I want everybody to be accountable. I want everybody locked in. I want, and what I hear is Zimmer's one of them guys is going to have everybody accountable. I looked at all his press conference quotes. I just want a fresh start, man. I just want to change the culture, the identity of the Dallas Cowboys, and win a championship.
So when you looking for the culture to change, right, and I know people will look at this and say, well, either Jerry Jones will allow these coaches to coach, right, or Jerry Jones will still put his finger in it. And when we talking about Jerry, it's the Father and Son. They one. Shoot, Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. But these two are just one right here. When we said Jerry and Steven, I just don't want to say that all day, right? So both of those boys are pulling against each other or with each other, and we never know. So when we start thinking of what he's saying, he just want to win. And I get it. Jerry and them is going, that's a better way to say it. Jerry and them will put their toe in the water. They will muddle and meddle around, and that's just what they do, But they're going to have to allow Mike Zim and Mike McCarthy to do their dealings. Mike McCarthy got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, regardless of how y'all can go back and forth with you guys in how you can say it, but he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The contract say so. But neither here nor there. If Micah Parsons is declaring and decreeing that he want these type of things, then guess what? He going to have to be acceptable to get the open criticism that Mike Zimmer will bestow upon him. That's just what it is. Let's go with the full accountability. We talked about this just the other day, but let's listen to it.
Like, there has to be a what people are failing to realize, and this is where accountability, culture, leadership all takes place is there has to be a point in time when Dak does throw a pick in a crucial moment, same way Pat did. Okay. And I gotta say, yo, don't stress it. I got you. We're gonna get a stop right here. Okay. You just need to come back like how I know you can come back.
So y'all haven't been able to do that? Y'all weren't able to do that against San Francisco back-to-back years? You weren't able to do that against Green Bay? Are you kidding me?
Are
you kidding me?
Okay, San Fran game, you could say we could have won that game. We held them to 13 or 19 points, something like that. That's great work, right?
What was that official point? Like 19 points, right?
Damn, Dak Prescott.
Yo, last year it was 2022, right? Let me tell y'all something, man. Football is a simple but yet complex game. And I'm quite sure that the Cowboys could have and should have won that game. And if was the fifth, we will all be drunk, laid out like I was 4 or 5 weeks ago in this very same studio, right? We'll be laid out, baby. But the reality of it is, ladies and gentlemen, football, you're going to need a complete team to help you get that over. You're going to need a complete team to help get that over. When I say that, when you look at the Final Four teams and then you look at the 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl during playoff time, they forced turnovers. They forced sacks. They were able to get that particular quarterback off their marker. Every team that made it to the Super Bowl, they don't just get there by accident, by the way. And the Cowboys, for the life of me, we could talk about good defenses, hold teams back from scoring. But on top of that, it's got to be a situation that you also, on defense, got to force a turnover, got to force a takeaway, got to force a 3 and out. And we haven't seen that, man. And what we do is we over talk about, hey, this team is such a great spot and these sorts of things. And y'all can put the blame on me, right? But at some point and at some time, you're going to have to figure out when would that game-changing play would be. How come the ball hit DeRon Bland right in the phalanges and he just couldn't take it back? How come my guy Trayvon Diggs saw Kittles, saw him coming, instead of, because everybody that preseason and that offseason was talking about he give up 1,000 yards every year and he can't tackle. So he was just closing his eye, dropping his shoulder, hoping and wishing. That was your pick 6 there. That would have changed the entirety of the game. But instead, Dan Quinn calls a play. The aficionados had the Ray Charles glasses on and the Stevie Wonder's glasses on. I just want to say I love you. They couldn't see anything. They couldn't see that Kittles lined it illegally. They didn't throw the flag. Nobody talks about that. But it would have been any other team all offseason, they would have talked about, hey, man, you know, that was an illegal play by the tight end. It was such an illegal play that we had Navell Gallimore on Kittles. And what do y'all say? The Cowboys just make excuses.
But Green Bay game, we could have done better. That's accountability. I'll never just say, like, no. I felt like when he threw that pick, we should have held him to 3, and we should have got out the field. Okay. But what Dak didn't make D-Law jump off sides on 3rd and 5 on that first goal trip. Dak didn't make DeRon Bland do hands in the face what got him the first down. I think it was 3rd and long. Right. Damn. Everything was going to point back to that point when Dak threw the pick, but Dak shouldn't have been to a 7-0 start. That's what people feel, like accountability across the board. Like, if we get that stop, right, how we did.
Right.
If you watch the first 3-4 plays, we were shutting them down. If they punt that ball, and that changed the whole momentum of the game.
My boy like my boy Denzel Washington over here. Yeah, it would have changed the whole point of the game. Yeah.
The whole on third and long, Dak wasn't third and 12 and give up a first down to keep the drive going. Was that Dak Prescott? If they punt that ball, it gives up the whole difference of the game. That's why I don't agree that it was just Dak Prescott. I know we could have done things differently defensively.
And he do have a point there. I mean, we glorify the 90s Cowboys, but who's old enough to remember James Washington? Do we win that game if James Washington don't make those crucial plays? Do we win that game in the Super Bowl? Who's old enough to remember Larry Brown? I need to know. I want to know. Do we beat the Steelers if Larry Brown's, let's say, and I'm not beating up DeRon Bland and my guy Trayvon Diggs, if he just can't, the ball hit him in the hands and he just can't come with it? Do we win those games? Will the legacy still be the same? Will the legacy be the same? If Larry Brown had Anthony Brown hands, nothing wrong with Anthony. Shout out to Anthony Brown. Where's Anthony Brown at, by the way? I haven't heard of him all last year, you know. Jeez. Yes, indeed. So football is a team sport. 80 years from now, people probably won't even know who Larry Brown is, man. They still gonna talk about the triplets. They barely mentioning their front five. But they're going to talk about the quarterback, they're going to talk about the wide receiver, and they're going to talk about, of course, the running back. Forever be talked about. It's hard as hell to get even Darren Woodson in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. When you have Leroy Butler in there, you have, what's the smooth name for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, tip of my tongue, John Lynch, I believe. Yeah, you got John Lynch in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And his numbers are like way ahead of those boys' numbers. It's kind of close to Leroy Butler's, though. But they don't talk about them because they glorify the quarterback, the running back, the wide receivers. But in actuality, it would have been harder for the Cowboys to win those 3 Super Bowls without a Darren Woodson. Yes, indeed. A.J. Meadows says James Washington pick 6 in New Orleans versus the Bills. Yeah. We needed that, bro. Yeah. Somebody said, Kelvin Howard, appreciate you, man. Thank all of y'all. You say you remember Larry Brown. All right, and we got some more of this great stuff right here. And I like the way Parsons represented this part right here. Let's listen to this.
I know.
I just think when y'all analyzing, y'all don't. I think so much falls on the quarterback. And
we know this, Micah. Why are you doing that?
Because y'all forget that it's so much other factors out there.
We didn't do that to Patrick Mahomes. We didn't do that to Lamar Jackson. We didn't do that to Josh
Not
Allen.
to the same extent. Not to the same extent.
All right, all right. Hold. Let's do this right here. Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Joshua Allen, for their first 4 years in the National Football League, they didn't have a Jason Garrett. And I'm not beating up Jason Garrett, but I got to bring up these contexts for you guys, because all of you guys would say these are just excuses, right? So who out here truly believe in the hearts of hearts, if you just pick up Andy Reid and you insert him in Dallas, right? You insert Andy Reid in Dallas on his 2016 team, right? And he was here 16, 17, 18, 19. Would you see, or would you foresee Dak Prescott being the same type of quarterback? With just Andy Reid, I don't even care about the defense and these sorts of things. I just need to know. And if you pick up Jason Garrett, Coach Red, and you just put and slide him over to the Kansas City Chiefs, would Pat Mahomes be the same kind of caliber of quarterback, and people talking about, man, look at Jason Garrett. I need to know. I want to look at y'all comments because, and then we can say the same with John Harbaugh and all of those boys. I need to know, man, because a lot of you guys be giving me like the third and fourth degree. Like, come on, coaches don't matter, right? I want to know. I just need to know. AJ says in the second Super Bowl versus the Bills, Aikman was garbage, but the defense and Emmett stepped it up tremendously. Yes, indeed. I remember that vividly. Yes, indeed. Ooh, wee. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Should have picked up Frank Wright as the OC. This is Rod Hopkins. I appreciate you. Let me see. No coaching matters. Yeah. Just type in 11 if you agree with me. Just type in ones if you agree with me. Just put ones in the chat. You know, ones or 1. I don't care how many ones you put in there. Because I get it. I understand. This team underachieved. They did. But they underachieved with over expectations. Boy, all of y'all agree with me. Woo! Let me hit it. Let me hit it one more time.
They can come closer than close. Yeah. Nobody original they never will be. Does it better?
Man, y'all agreeing with me too much now. Come on, baby. I think all of y'all. Well, somebody got to disagree. Just disagree. Somebody disagree with me so I can get going, baby. So I can say, yeah, come on. Oh my goodness, man. I love y'all, man. Oh, I love y'all. All right, so not only because y'all are all agreeing with me, but God, dog, man, I appreciate you, man. But coaching matters, man. We seen the micro improvements even with Mike McCarthy. Even when they got the weed whacker to him. You know those little things that go like this, a little clamp? Yeah. Even though they whacked some of that stuff off. You know, I'm sitting there like, for the life of me, we all know, man. We all know West Coast offense. We talked about West Coast principles, philosophies, and scheme. But when he walked to that podium and he said, well, you know, we're going to keep Kellen Moore, we was like, oh, okay, we will see how this goes. And from an optimistic side of it, I get where he was coming from. Pandemic, trying to bring in a new system. People didn't know how this thing would go. People used to, when somebody sneezed, you would say, God bless you. But during that time, you know, your head trimmers, they trimmed that doggone NUTs off. But during that time, 2020 became a cuss word, right? Before 2020, somebody sneezed, somebody say, God bless you. But during 2020, when somebody sneezed, somebody said, man, F you, man. Why you didn't cover your mouth, man? Everybody became very worried when somebody sneezed. It was no more God bless you, man. No, it was no more than that. No. So I get it. Mike McCarthy went into that year 2020 with his hat in his hands. He already lied on his resume, said, I watched everything possible with the Cowboys, and he wanted that money. I know Eric Williams, T.A., Rock, Kevin Howard. Y'all probably would have all did the same. You're talking about $4 or $5 million a year. And you've been out of coaching. Mama McCarthy was talking about this and that. The kids all running, drinking up all the Kool-Aid and all of that good stuff. You've been out of work. You need to get that check. So when Jerry said, hey, what's your plan? Mike McCarthy was like, yeah. All right, well, yeah, I watched everything about the Cowboys. And how y'all like Kellen Moore? Oh yeah, I like him too. Y'all would do the same thing. You know, Eric, like, you damn right, Lord, hell yeah. Hey, man, everybody, I don't call it lying. I call it embellishing. And let me tell you something for this great segue, because you too can embellish on your resume. There's nothing wrong with it. But on top of that, if you embellish enough, you need to have credentials. And shout out to our sponsor. Here at Law Nation Sports, we are very passionate about sports. And have you ever been in a spot where you passionate about sports, but really don't know how to guide yourself to get there? Well, we got solutions. Southern New Hampshire University Online Sports Management let you turn your passion into a sports degree. And this episode is sponsored by Southern New Hampshire University. Let me tell you something. They will be able to teach you the business side of sports management and principles, and teach you how to gather and analyze data. This degree that you can get from them can prepare you for athletic director, sports information director, marketing manager, a whole bunch of roles within the sports management. You will be able to tap into their unique university as far as their networking plan with SNHU. They have sports-related organization that can help you along the way. You will be able to take advantage of their intern program. Your courses are taught by faculty, real worldwide experience, and you will have the opportunity to connect with people within those particular industries. And when you graduate, SNHU is still there to help you along the way. And on top of that, SNHU is an accredited nonprofit and has radically affordable tuition. SNHU was voted one of the country's most innovative universities by the U.S. News and World Report. You can be operating in your passion. Go to snhu.edu/Law Nation. Also, the link in my description to see if you qualify for any SNHU sports management program. You might be eligible for financial aid or have previous college credits that could fast track your degree at SNHU. Click. Yeah. So y'all check out SNHU and see if you can get some of those credits transferred over so you can get that degree. Hey, you embellish just a little bit on their resume, but go back, make sure before they do that check to see whether or not you got any qualifications. Maybe you can be a sports athletic director. I was looking at some sports athletic directors, and you think I'm lying. That's 6 figures, man. Oh, my goodness. And then it can bridge over to 7 figures, too. Oh, yeah. So for those who are out there, man, you know, you probably went to a JUCO college for a few years or what have you, and got out of school, and you're looking to get that extra bump. Check them out, man. They got all of that good stuff over there at SNHU. So when they reached out to me, I said, let me do some research on them. And Yeah. I talk about y'all. Yeah. So that's what Mike McCarthy did too, you know. So yeah. Mike McCarthy did the same thing. I don't blame him. TA Cowboy said, I disagree with you, Law. Well, let me tell you something. You better secure that bag, lady. You better secure that bag and then come back. You know, no. Take the money. That's what Mike McCarthy did. And then you try to figure out how to build that plane while it's in the air, right? I'm quite sure there was some concessions made. We got you. But if you got to take kiddo here, too. And that was Kelly Moore. But neither here nor there. Back to this conversational pool. And let's listen.
Not to the same extent. Not to the same extent. Not to the same extent.
You think,
You're implying that you think we're a big.
I did not say cruel. Look, he's trying to throw this.
All right, forget cruel. Are you thinking we a bit too hard on Dak Prescott with his player performances?
I just think y'all analyze everyone differently. Besides Patrick Mahomes, what other quarterback in the AFC has accomplished anything to get more credit than Dak?
Joe Burrow. Josh Allen.
Did he finish?
That year that Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl, nobody's talking about Joe Mixon having 16 touchdowns. Nobody's talking about how T. Higgins was able to get nasty. Jamar Chase, shout out. I'm not taking things away from Joe Burrows. I'm not. I love his delivery of the ball. I love his poise in the pocket. Hey, for him to come off of that knee injury, for whatever injury he had, I think he won Comeback Player of the Year that year, also going to the Super Bowl. Ultimately, I think that his gruesome injury was no near close to what Dak Prescott went through. But that goes to show you that, when you playing with the silver and the blue and the star on the side of your helmet and you get talked about so many years, people continue to talk about you in a negative connotation, it sways the views of the vision of the people, right? So the craziest thing of it all is that everything come back in full circle. Everything comes back in full circle. Law, do you have any truth to this? Yes. This year, this past season, guess who had a calf injury? Guess who had a calf injury? Joe Burrows. Guess who looked pedestrian with that calf injury? Joe Burrows. And I heard the announcer saying, hey, man, with that type of calf injury, he can't really step inside of his throw. His lead foot is not able to grip ground as much, and he don't have the confidence in the delivery of the ball, and it sells on him. Guess who wasn't able to have that liberty there? Dak Prescott. Oh, no. And I'm not trying to sit here and be an apologist for Dak Prescott. But you guys, y'all pour so much hate on the brother that y'all remove all of that. That brother's supposed to say, hey, he got a calf injury. Man, put some Mississippi mud on there. Get your butt back out there and throw the ball correctly. It was the exact same calf pull, but they gave grace and mercy to Burrows. I can't make this stuff up. And I'm not saying that Dak is better than Burrow's better than Dak. I'm not using any of those things. But I'm looking at how you guys will give sympathy for one and empathy for the other.
No, but they got further.
It doesn't matter how far you get. If you're going home and you're not tearing the ring, it doesn't matter.
So you go to the NFC Championship.
It doesn't matter. If we get sent home, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's no different.
It doesn't matter.
Getting bounced in a wild card game?
It's no different.
Get him.
That's ridiculous.
All you doing is you just get more hope. But if you are not the Super Bowl champion, it does not matter what you've accomplished. It doesn't matter if you're MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. It doesn't matter. If you're not the Super Bowl champion, it doesn't matter. You haven't accomplished anything.
Woo! Baby. Come on, man. Some of y'all hit that high note with me. Marv Levy, didn't they go to 4 Super Bowls in a row? Don't Jim Kelly numbers, regular season numbers, shatter Troy Aikman's number? I think even his playoff number shatters Troy Aikman's numbers. Nobody's talking about Jim Kelly like they do Troy. Why? Hardware. And the craziest thing of it all, let me tell y'all how coaching matters. That Bills team was loaded. Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed. Oh my goodness, man. Bruce coming off of the edge. Just able to get upfield, make the quarterback his belly. Baby. Or his belly at this point, putting him on his belly. Oh my goodness, man. That team was Don Beebe. Keep going, Ryan. Ooh, Don Beebe and them. Nobody cares about Jim Kelly. Boy, put this in the chat. Bruce Smith. Yeah, Bruce Smith. Ooh. Forgot the other dude. Cornelius Bennett. Ooh, that team was loaded. I would tell y'all that if you pick up Jimmy Johnson and put him on the Bills, they probably would have had 6 Super Bowls or 7 if he was coaching that team. And, of course, injuries came at the wrong time for Jim Kelly as well. But, man, that team was loaded. Tally, all of those boys. Oh, Andre Reed was something nice, man. Shoot. But they didn't have the coach like Jimmy Johnson. I think everybody got their turn. Everybody got their turn on the Bills but the doggone Eagles, right? Washington got their turn. Giants got their turn. Come on, Dallas, you get some too. Don't come along, my friends, come along to get on. Yeah, ride this train. Everybody rode that train, boy. Everybody had their turn. You get a turn. You get a turn. You know everybody was getting on that turn, getting that turn on that train over there. Put in that chat, boy, I love losing Super Bowl, BILLS. Got ran through. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Eastside Harold. Yes, it is. Like C.J. Stroud and Amber Rose, boy, they got ran through. Oops, I said that out loud. Let me go ahead and pick my play.
That does not. When it goes to the hall, when you go to the Hall of Fame, or you do anything, does it say made an NFC Championship final?
No.
It gives you a Pro Bowl, or All-Pro, and Super Bowl. Those are the only three things that they consider. They don't say, oh, you made it to the NFC Championship, you deserve this.
Bro.
If you do not win the big one, it does not matter.
I understand that.
Jalen Hurts' year went this shit once Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl last year.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson year went this shit the moment that Patrick Mahomes beat him.
But they got there.
It doesn't matter if you got there if you don't win when you get there. That doesn't make.
Oh, wait, boy. Let me give him some playmakers.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Let me give him some boy. Let me give some boy on this, man. Let me give him boy.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. Wow.
That's the reality of it. And Stephen A. Smith, to a degree, boy, he knows it. Oh, my goodness. He absolutely knows it. Come on with it.
Makes sense to me. I was at Pro Bowl.
See how he changed it? See how he changed it? See what he did? See what he did right here? You gonna do this to him? Yeah, no. Yeah.
Gosh, something wrong here.
That's what we call deflecting, right? You know, it's kind of like moving the goal post, because we all know there's 31 teams right now that's angry and upset. If you think I'm lying, just jump on any 49ers page right now and let me know if they talking positive about their team. Talking about, hey, hold on, man. We them boys, man. We them hot boys. Remember they took that phrase from us? We them boys, man. Riggs! We should never let the Miko Ryans go. We should get rid of Kyle Shanahan and keep Steve Wilkes.
Shame. Shame.
Come on, let me know if I'm lying.
Shame.
They done turned on Kyle Shanahan and them, you know. Yes, indeed, man. And I get it. You know, I'm not sitting here saying that we wouldn't have want to at least get to the Super Bowl and be competitive and compete. But damn it, I don't want to get all the way there too. And y'all heard that long soliloquy that my brother did the last time I had him on the show. My goodness. That brother went 15 minutes in. I couldn't even jump in. I was like, we supposed to talk Cowboys and Niners. But that brother been hurt, man. And all I can do is just send my brother over here to Rogue Shop, man, and get some of this good stuff over here, and you guys can do the same. Go to rogueshop.com, use promo code LAW, and also with that name there, you can also get 10% off of all of your needs, especially with your Delta 9s, and they got Delta 8s. Just don't mix those two together, by the way. But this will alleviate some anxiety, depression. This will also help you sleep good at night. Check out rogueshop.com and use promo code LAW. Let's get right back to it, ladies and gentlemen.
I was in Vegas.
What was in Vegas?
The Super Bowl.
Yeah, you think? Because that center stage, it matters.
It does.
Right there. So
and if you don't win at that stage, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. So, in other words, the 2-week period where you prepare for the Super Bowl, after you smoke somebody in a wild card game, after you smoke somebody in the divisional game, after you smoke somebody in the NFC Championship game, you trying to tell me all of that doesn't matter because the big game you didn't finish?
Yeah.
He got him. I got bad intentions says you can't talk about a team who has beaten you 3 straight times and twice in the playoff, but I just did. Right. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many times y'all beat us or beat us down. We still at the same number. We still at 5, and you got to go all over again for the whole 2024 season. So how you say we can't talk about it and I just did? Right. Now, the only way that Niner fans can shut me down and shut me up if they would have won in the Super Bowl. Do y'all hear me talking bad about the Steelers? Nope. Do y'all hear me talking bad about the Patriots? Nope, we can't. They took those words away from us. But at the same time, we at the same level. It's just the fact when we go to the Super Bowl, we take care of business. Y'all go to the Super Bowl, y'all don't. Let me know if I'm lying.
Yeah. What does it do? What does it do?
It says that you're an NFC champion. It says that.
Do you get a ring for that? Do you get a ring for that?
No.
Come on, he talking to you, guy. Bad intention.
You get a participation check and you get sent home. No parade, no nothing.
Let me know how that parade happened in 49ers land. Bang, bang, come on now, Rainbow Gang. Let me know how did y'all walk across the bridge? You know, we licked our wounds. Yeah, we were hurt. But man, y'all quadruple hurt with that. Y'all went all the way to the dance and doggone fell out. Look. All I know it's been since the 90s. But y'all drought longer than ours. Hey, he just trying to deflect right now because he's hurt. I'm going to tell you what my grandma said to me. May she rest in peace. She said there's people in hell with bad intentions. And also there's people in hell with good intentions. So your name is what it is. Intentionally. The intentions are still the same. Good or bad. You got doggone sitting back right now still mad. Still don't know who your DC going to be. Still don't know if these players going to come back. You got players talking about this and that. So it's going to be, ooh, like my TA says, taste the rainbow gang.
No parade, no nothing. I'm not giving participation.
Participate? Well, how they had to win the participation.
And you can honestly say,
win to participate in the Super Bowl.
You're going to see the NFC. The NFC is better than the AFC. It has been.
That's what we doing now. So in other words, you're trying to tell me that Dak Prescott has had a tougher road than a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes or somebody?
How can you say that when Patrick Mahomes has been dominant the last 5 years?
Okay, take out Patrick Mahomes. You're trying to tell me.
Then what has anybody else? Then what has anybody else accomplished?
Ooh, got him.
Yeah,
got him speechless on his own show, y'all.
Because people like
me.
What has anybody else accomplished?
What about me? What did I do?
Because you're trying to take away Dak Prescott's career, but what has anybody else in the league accomplished besides Patrick Mahomes? It has been Brady, Patrick Mahomes. Brady, Patrick Mahomes.
Outside of that Stafford, man, Parsons got a strong argument here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Stephen A. Smith, it's a different story. When he don't have those producers in their ear and he don't have the ability to recoup and to collect his thoughts together.
It's an evil world we live in.
He got him. You see, the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network, when he trying to do this new media stuff, it's different. They would have been cut the commercial. He would have been able to get his clip notes together and said, all right, oh, shoot, he got me here. But wait, we get back. All they need is just a flag, you know what I'm saying, a little break, some water or something, right? A cup of coffee. But when you get put in that hot seat like that, and this young one got him a little bit. He got him by the short hairs. Shoot. Right now, that's why the screen cut over just the Parsons face right now. Man, Stephen A. Smith like, man, come on, man. You killing me, man.
What more do you want from me?
That's what he's doing right now, you know.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Commercial.
Come on, man.
That's what he doing right now. He got him. Go ahead and wave the flag. That's what he did. He can't get loud. He can't get loud with them, man. You know what I'm saying? They in the same room. The audio is kind of. They got Murphy Law in the audio room. Y'all can tell the audio is kind of a little janky a little bit. That Murphy Law. They don't have that that Disney budget over there. You know, that's just what's going on.
Oh, you got a pocket. So you can sit up there and to call yourself debunking the kind of substantive, factual content that people like me are providing.
It's
You're
true.
saying that Dak Prescott.
What have they done? What have they done?
They've done more than that.
Josh Allen almost made it to the NFL Super Bowl.
He made it to an AFC Championship.
It doesn't matter. He couldn't beat the number one guy. It doesn't matter. He couldn't beat the number one guy. He couldn't beat the number one guy.
Joe Burrow beat the number one.
And then he lost to Stafford. And then he lost to Stafford. He lost to Stafford.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Oh my goodness,
Come
man.
on, man.
All right. And I think this is my guy Jay Tuck. He put out something right here. And salute to my guy Jay Tuck. We're gonna play this one. And this is a good retort. You know, my thoughts is of all of this. Jerry Jones do listen. I think that when Emmitt Smith said he won't listen to him, he's a millionaire, trying to tell a billionaire something, you know, he won't listen. But I think that three things that need to happen, the triplets, I think that their voice is loud enough. I think the Troy Aikman voice is loud enough. I think that the playmaker voice is loud enough. I think that the Emmitt Smiths of the world's voice is loud enough. But I think that by far and far, I had one of my guys to listen to Boss Cowboys Sports interview, or it was like his review of Emmitt Smith. And he was like, he got to keep in mind that the reason why Emmitt was saying those things is because Jerry Jones is ultimately a businessman. Not to outspeak my wisdom teeth on this, I can't say the name of businesses that they got together, but that is also business partners. So yes, he's going to say favorable things as it relates to Jerry Jones. But now that they are knee deep into that business, Emmitt can say things freely now. They got both sweat equity in the business that they got together. I can't name the business. So sometimes, you know, you got to have to play it around a little bit. Now, I ain't going to say I'm going to play double sides or what have you. But let Jerry Jones give me a call here and there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sometimes you got to do the games. You got to do some things, man. But Jerry didn't call me, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how that goes. Unfortunately, fortunately. Some people say, well, Law, you ain't real. Law, you ain't real. That moment right there was keeping it real. And not all the time being real is not being loud about your movements. Sometimes I move in silent, man. There's some information that I'll be having, ladies and gentlemen. Close sources told me that I know it would put the player under the bus and then back in front of the bus, and the player may not ever regain, you see what I'm saying, his likeness, the spotlight in the position that he's in. I'm in some inner circles really real tight with some things with some things. So when I say I put cover over players, man, that's me trying to help them out. Every player on the team, I'm old enough, well, outside of maybe D-Law and a few of them like Zach Martin and Tyron Smith, I'm old enough to be their dad, man. I'm daddy law over here to these boys. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, everything is not meant to be said in the airways. But there are some things that need to be said. And I'm going to say it when it need to be. Let's listen to this part right here.
Troops out.
picking the kind of players that y'all need? Is that something
Audio kind of
that you
janky.
mentioned to Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, like, yo, let me see, let me play a role at who are we bringing on this squad mentally? Do you approach them about stuff like that?
Yeah. So that's what I like about Jay, and which I was dope. I think Jay's one of the best GM like owners that I've been around, and not even just I've been around because I've only been on one team, but from what I've heard from other NBA and NFL
Tread
players.
lightly, bro.
And it's just like this, the Super Bowl, Jerry sees me walking out the win. Jerry was at the win. He says, hey, you going to the Super Bowl? I said, yeah, I'm going. He said, come see us. And I was like, hey, you got any extra tickets? You know, I got some homeboys that want to come. Jerry sends me 4 extra tickets to the Super Bowl suite. And we just sit and talk from before the game until the whole half about players I want to bring in, players I want to be around, who do I need, who do I want to be with, future of our team. And that's just dope to have that type of feedback with an owner that, you know, loves to hear your ideas and what you think and where the team can be. And, you know, Jerry's been, you know, pretty amazing about that with my family and stuff like that. So I've had them conversations with him, and we spoke for 2-3 hours just in the Super Bowl alone.
Man, he dropping some rubies here. Players do have a mindset of what they want, but ultimately they shouldn't have the decisions on first round and second round, third round draft pick. Maybe if it's like a swing at a 6th round draft pick, a 7th round draft pick, or undrafted guy, maybe you can lean on that. You know, maybe you can say, hey, man, Dak Prescott, what do you think about this guy, Jalen Monroe Cropper, right? Like, what do you think about him, you know? Or what do you think about Jalen Brooks? Not to diminish those guys, because Jalen Monroe, he's an undrafted guy, and Jalen Brooks is a way, way down the line guy. Because we heard storylines like this before with Jalen Tolbert. They said that Dak Prescott really liked Jalen Tolbert and considered Jalen Tolbert one of those dudes, right? And I'm still waiting on Jalen Tolbert to ascend, and he haven't done much. He did a little bit this past season. And we all heard the storyline of Micah Parsons wanting an interior guy, not a 3-tech, but a 1-tech. And they fooled around and probably looked at their draft board and said, what do Micah Parsons want? Oh, he liked Mozzie. That shouldn't be things that trump what Will McClay, Chris Hall, and all of those other scouts do, you know, in the scouting room, because they looking at every tape. They're looking at every situation. On top of that, you have to have the notion, as a Cowboys, people are looking for instant gratification. People are looking at sensationalism. People want whoever we draft in the first round to make plays, to sell jerseys, to be talked about, to be elite day one, and they're going to compare them to everybody else, and they won't have time to go through growing pains if you drafted early in Dallas. Just wait. Whoever we draft with the first pick, with the 24th pick of the draft, whoever it may be, he's going to be compared. He's going to be talked about. Whoever is going to be drafted with the 24th pick, you can book it. They're going to talk more about that particular pick than maybe, I ain't going to say the first and the second. That's really too much right there. But anybody that's in this draft, whoever with the 24th pick, they're going to talk really heavy on them. They're going to look at whatever number he picks. They're going to look at whatever position he is. First, he's going to be compared to the greats that ever wore silver and blue. Then he's going to be compared to the others that was drafted in that class from the beginning of the draft period up until 2024. And then he's going to be compared to his other compatriots, whoever else that was drafted within the year of 2024. And he's going to be talked about, and then they're going to put a heavy crown on him and say, can he be that game changer? Can he be the end-all, be-all? Is it up to that young kid to step? Is it that kid's fault? No, it's not that kid's fault. But that's the price of being drafted to the Cowboys. People were talking about Jalen Carter for the Eagles just for a spat. They don't even mention the other kid, Nolan. What's his name? Nolan Smith. They don't even mention him. He was a first-round draft pick. Jalen Carter, for the next 2 or 3 years, he can disappear. They won't be talking about, oh, man, he was a first-round bust. And I hope all is well with him. Yeah, compatriots. Not compatriots. Compadres. Compatriots. Look up compatriots. Yeah, compatriots. And on top of that, people talked about who else first round draft pick? Just give me another number. Give me any first round draft pick outside of C.J. Stroud. They're gonna talk about all of what they did. They're gonna talk about all what the Cowboys Mozzie did. And when Will Fork got drafted for the Patriots many a moons ago, he got a chance to develop. Matter of fact, his year one numbers are very comparable to Mozzie's year one. When Dexter Lawrence got drafted, he got a chance to hide in the shadows for the Giants. When Javon Kinlaw, regardless of what he did for the 49ers, he got a chance to develop and grow. And he became a guy that really didn't move anything, and they don't even talk about him. They got on Armstead. They brought in Javon Hargraves. But when you put on that silver and blue, you're going to be compared to the greats. Will Anderson. They don't talk about Will Anderson like that. If Will Anderson was drafted by the Cowboys, oh, my goodness, man. They would have been talking about him left and right. They'd have been, oh, man, hey, how many sacks he would be able to get. You know when D. Ware was here, Quentin Johnson, ooh, they'd be better. Quentin Johnson would be probably out of the league, man, right about now. Quentin Johnson would be like, hey, man, I had that drop that he had. Who remember that drop? I think it was against some team. He had a nasty drop, hit him right in the phalanges. Quentin Johnson probably like, hey, man, I'm going to check on out, man. Hey, man, they compare JSN. I like him. Ooh, yeah, they've been talking good about him over here in Cowboys.
You told him what you thought the team needed. What did you say? I'm not asking for names. I'm talking about what you alluded to when it comes to culture, personality, etc. What specifically were your words to Jerry about what the Dallas Cowboys are missing and what they need?
So I told Jerry, I said, look at every team that kind of was in that Final Four. Who did they have?
Yeah.
San Francisco, Detroit.
Okay. Who did Baltimore have? A great linebacker core, right? Who did San Fran have? Great linebacker core. KC, Bolton, and they came along. I said, we need to get another bigger linebacker who's going to come down and I said, we need to get a super 330 nasty interior. Look how Eric Armstead, Javon Hargrave caused havoc in, the last 2 games. Look at, how Ali McNeil, Detroit, and they front with Hutchinson and all them. It's just certain things where I was pinpointing we can build in this because we're slim. Like, we have guys, and I think Osa's been great for us, and, but we just need a big old 330, can't move. Because I saw the way Chris Jones affected that Super Bowl, and I was like, my God. Like, you
need a big boy.
We've been saying that from day one. We've been saying that since day one. When you draft an interior guy, it's not going to happen day one. It's not going to. Kobe Turner, he did a great job this year. Shout out to and salute to him. Even our guy Jalen Carter, that's inside this division, I think he did a great job. From what he was able to do. And I forgot the other kid that played for the Rams, I believe. His name tip of my tongue. Was it Kobe Turner? Most of these guys, they did a great job. Those 3 guys there. And you just never know. You just never know. But technically, from a one tech, it takes literally 3 years. And if Cowboys are in win now mode, they would look at Big Jonathan Hankins and say, okay, all right, we just get it. You got to get beefier right there. We're going to bring in somebody else. You kind of long in the tooth, John, and we love what you bring to the table, but we're going to add you in with another big boy and make the hard cuts with Neville Gallimore. No offense to my guy Navel Gallimore. We hope all is well with him. But I don't think that he's been producing better numbers than what we had out of Tristan Hill. And that was a high draft pick for us. Second round. And he's been, when he was here, healthy stretches for a lot of times, a lot of games.
Bassett clogging up the line of scrimmage, making things happen, right?
And not even just Chris Jones, Mike Pennell.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, I think we got a lot of rushers. I think Osa, he could play inside, outside, one of the most versatile
Right.
DTs. And, you know, when we lost Hank, he's a big dude. But we need to get one of them big old, nasty, pass rushing, get going.
So in order to get that, you're going to have to pay for that, you know, that shortcut. Or you can wait for that development to happen. Osa, to me, I think that he's a true 3-tech. He's not going to gobble up multiple defenders there or offensive linemen there. He's going to shoot, get uphill. I think that with this new defensive line coach, pay attention to what he's going to do. The dude that used to play for like 19 years in the league, he got him a Super Bowl in 2000. What's his name, y'all? Help me out. Is it Jeff? Can't pronounce the man's last name. It's the tip of my tongue. But I think that he's going to work wonders with those boys. And also Greg Ellis. I think that he's going to be able to help the edges out really well. D-Law is going to have a phenomenal year. Parsons, to a degree, might give you 15, maybe 17 sacks this year, maybe a +3 sacks guy this season. Oh, yeah, Greg Ellis was a real good guy for us, you know. Paul and all three of those guys, Zim guys, they're going to bring in some true technique to the table. I'm not hyping these boys up, by the way. I'm not. But damn it, man, come on, man. Let's be real, man. Let's be real for a second right now. Not saying that we were false or any other time. But there should be no reason Darian Thompson and Scott McCurley is coaching anybody's linebackers. Let's be real for a real quick second, y'all. Come on, man. I had people to literally go back and forth with me and talk about execution. I posted this on, and shout out to my guy, Outlaw Cowboy. Shout out to Outlaw Cowboy. The mock would perfectly reflect Micah's, what he told Jerry Jones, what he would like to bring to Cowboys at the Super Bowl. Edgerrin Cooper. Then you got Sweat, and then you have Van Pan. All of those boys right there. Yeah, those are just 3 mock drafts right there. Sweat would be a great compliment to Hanks, and he can learn everything and anything, and then he will be able to push Mozzie, right? And now you have your big boys down inside. It'll be amazing if he can fall to the 56th pick in the second round. I think that if you really want him, you're going to have to do some hard searches and say to yourself, I can't let Sweat go, and move up in the draft. You got to move up. If he falls to day 2, you got to be ready to move up to get big boy. Edgerrin Cooper, it would be a great situation to get rid of the excuse with linebacker. He's by far one of your better linebackers out of this draft. And then you look at what Overshown may be able to bring. This will work hand in hand with each other. But within the confines of this conversation, I don't know if this is going to be able to drag it so you guys can see this all. Yeah, you won't be able to see it all without the frame. But I had a few people to say that there's no true first-round draft picks or second-round draft picks out of linebackers in this draft. According to who? Y'all go to my Instagram page, and I'm going to point out this fella. I don't know his name yet, but the comment said that keep in mind that Fred Warner was a third-round draft pick for the 49ers. And you can find those guys anywhere. Well, excuse me. Fred Warner wasn't being coached by Darian Thompson and Scott McCurley. He was coached by D'Amico Ryans. Coaching matter. Man, people, man, if y'all don't like me and y'all don't understand what I'm saying, at least hear me out with this coaching matter stuff, man. Darian Thompson can't teach someone stuff that he don't know, what he never experienced. It's like Eastside Harold in the comment box trying to tell you how to get a lady or how to do X, Y, and Z things on a YouTube page. Those are things that he never experienced. I'm just using you as an example, Eastside Harold, if you're still down there in the chat. But those are truth of it. And the Cowboys can't go down this thing. And what people say, old folks say they're lollygagging and pussyfooting around. If you really want to win it all, just allow the people that coach stuff. And I'm just trying to tell y'all the best way possible, man. I'm just telling y'all. You know, if it's Eastside Harold, like, come on, man, you had to talk about me like that, man. Come on, man. I'm just trying to support you, Law.
What more do you want from me?
And Aiden Durde, shout out to him. He was an intern. Hey, because of that program they had, he was originally with this team. It's a great story. When Jason Garrett first got the job here, and then he moved on, coached some arena football team, came back to the league, coached as the Atlanta Falcons for a cup of coffee there, and then he came over here. He came over here, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to you. Dave Eves, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much in the chat. And he came over here, and, of course, he taught some guys some things on the defensive line. And I'm not going to beat him up, but he's a defensive coordinator now for the Seattle Seahawks. We hope all is well with him. Great story. Great story. I ain't gonna beat him. I ain't gonna beat up Aiden Durde. He's gone now. He's gone. But not everybody was receptive to him. Even though you get players that say, yeah, man, he's a real good coach, real good guy. Jason Garrett's a real good guy. Real good guy. Shoot. But, you know, when you hit success in a certain way, people going to shoot their shots at you. And that's just how it goes, unfortunately. You just got to be able to withstand and stand tall at those things that when it happened to you. D'Angelo says, just showing love to Law Nation. Appreciate you so much, man.
What more?
No, wrong one. But I'm going to play this one, though. There we go. Shout out to Sadiq. Appreciate you so much for your love and appreciation. Appreciate you. Let's talk about this. When people take shots at you, you just got to be prepared for it. Just know that that's just what happens. It comes with the territory. And that's what I was trying to say the other day. I had somebody write a long essay about, hey, man, leave Uncle Shay Shay alone. You know, hey, he going through enough. Where is it at? I ain't gonna play Swallow.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pill at night, you know I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Yeah.
Even everybody. I mean, there's this pastor that that used to that I guess now he a gangster pastor. All of a sudden talking about he wants somebody to pull up.
They got them out there now.
Now all of a sudden, I mean, he gonna do so much. He need to sit his little roly-poly ass down. But this is what I do. This is what I'm saying. After talking to my sister, I ain't finna beef with nobody else.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Nah, Ocho. I think the thing is for me.
Wait, stay with me real quick now.
Stay with Ocho.
Now, again, I love what you and Mike did. But you putting us in a situation where now we've set a precedent where people can now take shots, can say what they want to say, and they can get away with it because now you promise, sis, you're not going to get any more beef. So anytime anybody says anything, they can get away with it. At some point, we're going to have to stand your ground like the Florida law.
Man, don't be listening to Ocho Cinco. Because here's the thing.
D'Angelo Brown,
let that super chat hit.
Just
appreciate
showing
you.
Love to Law Nation.
Let me get him another horn right quick because I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Y'all know the show pretty much over with. We just going into overtime talk a little bit. a little overtime talk, just a little bit, so I can pour upon these thoughts right here. Shay got to know and understand that he gonna catch these strays. He's a grown dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man. They got a podcast that did a video that hit over 50 million views. And people gonna take their shots. But the dog that get hit with the brick is gonna yelp. And if you say you don't chase lies, then dog, let that go into one ear, out the other. Gotta keep this in mind. Haters are your number one fan, and they gonna do that. They gonna talk about you, man. Look, you a grown big dude. Yeah, you big dude. That's all you are. You a big dude. But somebody else gonna take their shots at you, regardless of it, whether or not you like it or not. People that you think they got your back, they gonna talk about you, bro.
My job.
Our ground.
No, and it's all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Even everybody. I mean, there's a.
No, Shannon Sharp, I don't know if you guys seen that. Shannon Sharp and Mike Epps was beefing for like a day or two. Mm-hmm. And Shannon Sharp said, I'm going to see you in Indianapolis, nigga. I'm going to see you in Indianapolis, all the shit you talking. I'll be at All-Star Weekend. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
And Mike Epps said, that's my hometown. This is verbatim what Mike Epps said. He said, you know, a bunch of people made jokes about you. And yeah, I'll be an All-Star and I will see you. Right. But I don't do no fighting shit, and I do blank, 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 blank. Blank, 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 blank.
Yeah.
Like that, any violence.
All right, so I don't have the Eddie Griffin, but shout out to Eddie Griffin, man. He's one of my favorite comedians, too. I don't have his cut up right quick, but I'm going to just say this, just to keep the record straight. Shay Sharp is a cool brother. He brings you a lot of country gems. I love Club Shay because he get a chance to speak his mind and we see him in a different light, right? And when you do that and you got their views and attention, of course, people going to shoot their shot. They going to talk about you in so many different ways. But man, dude, you not bulletproof because at the end of the day, people talked about Prince. Prince was a very sassy man. They call Prince every name in the book. So you think that all of a sudden you at the level that people are not going to talk about you? And name me one time. Name me one time that Prince had to say, okay, all right, well, we'll see. I ain't X, Y, and Z. So if they talk about Prince and Shay Sharp, you are not at the level of Prince. They talked about MJ, both of them. You are not at those boys' levels. So Shay, it's your turn now, dog. That comes with the success and fame. They gonna talk about me one day. It goes with it, man. You a sassy dude, man. You got a man purse. You walk with a little switch to it. You got a little short dog, a chihuahua. You know what I'm saying? That you walk around with. People gonna talk about that. You sat down with your stylist at games and stuff. You may be confident in the way you walk and move in this particular space called Earth, but man, comedians got to eat too, bro. And they gonna talk about you, bro. That's just how it goes, man. You walk around with a man person, a male stylist, woo, y'all at the game together. Both of y'all got tight clothes on, can see heartbeat. Man, come on, man. Shoot. They gonna talk about you, man. They gonna call you that, you know. That's just how it goes, man. You paint your fingernails with the clear stuff, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. But you sassy. That's just what it is, unfortunately. Or zesty, you know. JB too. Yeah. I ain't gonna hit him with the swallow yet. You know, I ain't gonna hit him with the swallow. But it's just what it is. You can't talk about everybody, throw rocks, and then hide. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is how it's gonna go. Unfortunately, and at the end of the day, Prince was a hooper. Yeah. You just got nightcap is better, law. I think you're on his heels, bro. Yeah. They better look out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm just saying stuff that I know for sure. Not for attention. Don't be tagging Shay Sharp and all of this, but they're just what it is. That's just what it is. Dog, that's just what it is. They gonna talk about you. You're a professional football player. And here's the craziest thing. If you go to the TikToks and if you go to the Twitter spaces or what have you, or X spaces or wherever, people say, hey, man, we're not talking about Shannon Sharpe until he got his success. Bull sugar, man. People, I remember we were talking about Shay Sharpe in the 90s, man, all the way up until now. People were literally saying that, man, they don't need a logo. They just put Shay Sharpe face on the Bronco, right? Come on, man. People were talking about Shannon Sharpe, man. All his life, people were talking about that dude, man. And he's a real good dude. You know what I'm saying? I think he does a great thing for the community and beyond. But comedians got to eat too, and they gonna throw some blows at you. But it's just that now social media is at its all-time height because people can take clips and snip it and push it out. Yes, indeed. The NBA All-Star game was a joke, why even play? Yeah, I didn't even watch that, Dave Chappelle Prince skit was hilarious, Yeah, and they talked about, what was the other guy? He passed away. It was Rick James. Oh, my goodness, they talk good about Rick James, baby. That's just how it goes, man, And people in my inner circle, they talk good. They talk good and bad about Rick James. I'm Rick James. They talk about Whitney. May she rest in peace. They talk about Whitney. They go, look, comedians can't talk about nobody. No one is off limits, man. Shoot. Y'all know how many people hit me up all week. Hey, man, you look just like James Harden. I'm so mad about that. Like, come on, man. You look like John David Washington, I look like Law. I'm older than both of those boys. They need to look like me. You know what I'm saying? They need to be looking like Law. But at the end of the day, shout out to you, Sadiq. Thank you so much for jumping in. Good night to you. Here's what I'm going to say, though. Yesterday, we had a chance to have a celebration of life for the young fella, Jax. I really appreciate everybody who showed their dedication and support. Young Jax passed away, and he was a guy that was a trailblazer. He was a guy that stood right for everything, and he'll be a guy that will be very much so missed in the community, especially with the Cowboys community. Shout out to my guy 2 Live Craig. Shout out to most of the people that was at the event. Mercy, shout out to her. Shout out to the Sterling family and beyond. And salute to Specialty Media. Salute to all of the people that were out at the event. We really appreciate everybody. He knew that his time was very short here, but he stood tall, and he always wanted to leave people with a warm feeling. And I thank all of you guys who literally supported the movement and supported the things that we were able to get him out to the game. And also when he goes to the game, he's undefeated as well. And that's my guy Jax. We did a crazy great thing for him. Especially getting the chance to get Dak Prescott to come out and also support the movement as well. So I just wanted to let y'all know that Jax, he just wanted to thank everybody for your love, support, for all of those who sent emails, text, who visit him, who stayed and prayed for them, and all of those great things. So definitely. Life be lifing, to some folks, it do. But he always say, man, just try to smile. So he said in his departing video, he said, all I want y'all to do is just smile, good, bad. He said he know that the Cowboys may not won the Super Bowl or what have you, but in the hearts, the legends and the goal of the Cowboys is for the unity in the community. And, he got a chance to meet He got brothers who, and his father and his mother is a diehard Cowboy fan, and he really didn't like sports. The funniest thing about it, he didn't like sports, but he knew that his family members loved sports, and he said that I talked to his dad about this the other day, and we both chuckled about it. He said that this right here. Who remembers Shawshank Redemption? When old boy finally got a chance for those boys to have the library, right? And they got a chance to step outside, and they was tarring the top of the roof. And Andy Dufresne got a chance to get up on top of the roof, and he just sat back with his cold beer, and he just chucked down his cold beer and just smiled. And then when everybody was coming up to him, he gave his beer away. Who remember that part on Shawshank Redemption? That's how Jax was acting when we got a chance to get all of the players. Shout out to Dorrance Armstrong, shout out to Michael Gallup, shout out to Dak Prescott, shout out to all of those boys. But when he got a chance to just sit back and smile like this, you know what I'm saying? And watch how his family members got a chance to be around some of the people that they look up to, man, he just sat back and just had the biggest smile on his face. And I asked him, I said, you don't want to go over there, hang out with him? He said, no, man, I just like to be seeing my family members smile. And what I wanted for my tour drive is for the other people that's here to be able to receive gifts. And there was two people that donated crazy amount of money so that can all be possible. And the tour drive was the extreme success. And the CW and J. Cruz, and also a whole bunch of people were able to present that over the airways and had a great time, man. So I just wanted to be able to say that. So it was great, baby. So look, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we got projects that's going on that we're going to give back to the community and beyond. And there are big things that's about to happen, that's going to happen, and you guys are going to be a part of it. And I really appreciate you guys so much. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful day. Hey, stay tuned. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it really will. Here we go. I know you can hear me now. It's going to happen for the good. And I truly believe that from the works of you guys, and from the works of a lot of things that's going on, man, it's about to get crazy good, ladies and gentlemen. But a prize fighter, even when he's down, he continued to swing. He continued to make sure that he knows that it's a puncher's chance, and all it takes is one punch to knock someone out. All it takes is that. But if you continue to grind to shine, everything else will open up for you. Like my guy Painter says in the chat, coaching matters. iRock says new media. My guy Bama Boy says, yeah, let's go, fire everywhere. But I do know these one things right here, that on every level, there's a different devil. There's more and more haters. There's more and more people to try to dim your light. But when your light shines so bright, nothing can stop you, right? Because you're operating and walking in your purpose. And it's about to happen. And guess what? I'm coming back for all of y'all. The people that rock and roll with me, division games. Let me talk about that right quick. Division games, you think you know football? Well, let's put your knowledge to the test. At division games, it will be a chance for you to go head-to-head with other celebrities to win cash prizes. On top of that, here's another thing that you'll be able to do. You'll be live on TV, baby, and also on Law Nation Networks, baby, because it's about to happen. I tell people this all the time, and my mom will always love me to say this on the way out. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawny and cheap, If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and all that you dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan, and to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if darkened and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, guess what? You will get it, baby. Let's go. Come on. If I offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah. And if you want to be a part of Division Games, be sure to hit my website up, Law Nation Sports. There's a comment section there. Leave me your info. And on top of that, hear me out. Hear me out. You got to be in the DFW area, though. We're going to be doing a miniature shoot on March the 9th. You have to be available on March the 9th. And let's get it. Charge it to the game.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, there's nothing real as this. Can't trust his soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.
It's an evil world we live in.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up.
All I ask.
Lately I just wanna run it up.
Lay your head on that pillow.
I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Kinda check the song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Lately I just wanna must be out your goddamn mind. FBI, open up.
One love. RIP to my guy, Jax. Jack the Great. One love to him. Let's get it. Yup. Be the light, y'all. Salute to my guy, 2 Live Craig. Salute to Jazzy Black. Salute to Shay Shay. You know who you are. And you. Salute to Dak Prescott. Michael Gallup, Dorrance Armstrong, Malik Hooker, C.D. Lamb. Thanks for all of those who supported and came on out to the event. celebration of life for my God, Zach. Turn me up. Come on. And another one. Shout out to B Bird that's in the chat. Appreciate you. Matt Batten, thank you. Stephen White, Brandy, shout out to you. All at one. What we tell them, baby. Be sure to check out the sponsors that's in the description box. And if you need that degree, that college degree, that paper, check out SNHU. I follow. Patrice was good. Shout out to my guy David Jenkins. Salute to you. Come on with it.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far.
Unlucky, salute to you. Joe Gonzalez, appreciate you. Thank everybody for staying all the way to the end. Bobby King, shout out to you. Stephen White. And shout out to Rogue Shop.
Not the one who make the rules, right? Do it left, do it right, do it left. Nobody right, do it. Does it better.
Until next time.
They can come closer than close.
DC for life,
yeah.
not for short. Shout out to you, Ron. I see you.
Original
D'Angelo, salute to you. And Aaron. Peace. We out.